Hello everyone, welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sam.
And it's a day at school. I want to go to school. I don't have to go to school. I used to have to go to school, and I remember what it was like. So we're going to be checking in with Paula and Clint in our dialogue. And I think part A, which we'll be doing today, is about how they're getting to school. How did you used to get to school when you were a kid?
Well, when I was a really little kid, I took the bus every single day because I felt like, ooh, wow, I'm like a big kid now, so I could take the bus.
Was it one of the big orange or yellow school buses or just a normal city bus?
No, it was a real big yellow school bus.
That's neat.
We had a great bus driver who gave us candy on every holiday.
Whoa,
it was awesome.
That sounds pretty good.
I think his name was Ernie, actually.
That was a good deal. I used to have to walk to school, except when it snowed, and my mom would give me one little bus ticket, and I could use that to come home at lunch.
Like a city bus?
Yeah.
Wait, you were allowed to leave at lunch?
Yeah.
Oh, we weren't.
It was not too far away, but anyway, so we only got to take the city bus, and that was really exciting, but we used to kind of walk to school. So there's lots of different ways to get to school. I'm sure a lot of you take the bus or the MRT, maybe your parents or someone in your family drives you, or you might have a special school bus, just like Sam did. We're gonna find out how Paula and Clint do it in our dialogue, which starts right now. Paula runs into Clint at the school gate.
Hey, when did you start taking the school bus?
Today's my first day. My parents think I'm old enough now to get to school on my own.
Congratulations! That means they believe you're a responsible person and can trust you.
I guess so, but I don't feel very responsible.
Okay, so it's a 3-day article, 3 parts, but it's going to be looking at a day at school, a typical day for a couple of students. Let's see what happens to them. Well, first we begin with a sentence that kind of sets up our story, tells us what's happening at the beginning of our dialogue. And here we meet our 2 student friends. Paula runs into Clint at the school gate. They crashed?
Oh, no, I don't think they were just running into each other.
Okay, because like cars run into each other, that's a car accident.
Yeah, no, this is just they met each other.
And they weren't
expecting it.
Oh,
Yes.
like I might run into you and hey, there you are. Hey,
yeah.
I didn't see you.
So
Okay.
luckily, there's no crashing, or
here.
accidents involved here. They are just
good,
like, oh,
good.
hey, saw you, hi.
So they both arrive at school at the same time and they know each other. They didn't expect to meet. Hey, there you are, there you are. All right, okay.
Yes, and so Paula is going to start and she says, hey, when did you start taking the school bus?
Oh, okay. Yeah. She must have seen Clint getting off the school bus or something like that. And she knows that that's kind of unusual. Let's find out what Clint says so we can learn more. He actually says, today's my first day. Today is my first day. He's kind of saying today is my first day to take the school bus. That's why she's never seen him do this before. This is the first time he's ever done it. And then he explains why this change happened. He says, my parents think I'm old enough now to get to school on my own. Well, good for him.
Yeah, so he finally feels like you're ready to have this responsibility to take the bus by yourself.
There you go. Younger kids might get driven to school in the family car by mom or dad or something like that. But once they get to be maybe 10, 11, 12 years old, who knows, his parents go, you know, you're old enough to go down, catch the bus, be safe, look when you cross the street, not get in an accident or trouble. You can handle that now. Young man. He's no longer a little boy. Now he's a young man. So he's old enough to do this. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and Paula actually also feels excited for him. And so she starts off the next part by saying, congratulations. That means they believe you're a responsible person and can trust you.
Well, that's a nice time in your life when your parents feel you're responsible. And if anything in your life happens that's nice or exciting or new or kind of special, people might say congratulations to you. Congratulations, it's your birthday, you're getting married, you got a job, you finished high school, you won $1 million, whatever, something special and unusual that happens to you. People might tell you congratulations. Notice there when we write down the word, it is a noun. When we write it out, there's no S on the end. But that is kind of unusual when we actually use the word. I want to congratulate you. You could say it as a verb. But if you're saying it as a noun, congratulations. I want to give you my biggest congratulations on doing something. So we always, I think almost always, put the S on the end. And it's simply a word you can say one word, that's all. It's like, well done. Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Yes, and so Paula was congratulating Clint because now he finally is responsible enough. So his parents said, you're responsible enough to take the bus by yourself.
He's a big boy now.
Yeah, and so responsible, this word means that you can handle this situation or this a lot of times we say this responsibility, which would be like this duty or this thing that you are now in charge of. So in this case, he is responsible enough to take the bus by himself. And so you might also use this in a way to say, like, if you're responsible for feeding the dog, for example. So that is your job. That is something that you are in charge of. So this word can be used in a lot of different ways to say that you are in charge of or you have the responsibility to do something.
Exactly. People are giving you this job and they feel that they can trust you, that you will do it, you won't make mistakes, you won't just walk away and go, I don't want to do that. No, you have to be responsible for the things that people expect you to do. It's a question of trust. Here we can use trust as a verb. I just used it as a noun. Trust is when people think that you will do what you say you will do. You won't lie, you won't quit, you won't say, I forgot about that. No, they trust you. So if I trust you, I think that your word is going to be what you will do. Your word is your bond, as we might say. If you say you will do it, I can feel comfortable that you will actually do it. I trust you and you are responsible. And if something goes wrong there, well then maybe I can't trust you anymore. Maybe you are not responsible. But they think Clint can do it. He won't get in trouble. He won't, run off to the park and skip school or something like that. He is responsible. His parents trust him. So Clint is kind of listening to Paula be excited. Congratulations, you're responsible. Your parents trust you. Yay, you're a big boy now. And he kind of goes, I guess so, but I don't feel very responsible. Well, that's true. Sometimes when people trust you, you kind of feel some pressure. Oh, I don't know if I can do this, but everyone is trusting me. Everyone thinks I'm responsible. But I'm sure Clint will make the right decisions and show his parents that they were right to trust him. Let's take a break and then we'll be back with more from Paula and Clint and their day at school.
Why do you say that?
My uniform is a mess, and I have several overdue books from the library in my locker.
Those are nothing. Just fix your tie and tuck in your shirt. Now, let's go return those books.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we have Clint feeling a little bit hesitant about being responsible. He's kind of like, I don't know if I feel so responsible. So Paula is going to ask him about that feeling. And so Paula says, why do you say that?
Yeah, his parents trust him to take the bus. They feel he's responsible. But Clint is kind of new to all this, and he's not sure he's ready to handle all this and make all the right decisions. And he kind of looks at himself and kind of goes, I don't feel responsible. And he gives a few examples of why he feels that way. My uniform is a mess, and I have several overdue books from the library in my locker.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, those are two, fairly small problems, but I guess, it kind of shows he's not quite in control of his whole life. He doesn't have everything super prepared and all that. His uniform is a mess. That's his clothes for school. Maybe his tie is all crooked. His shirt isn't looking good. He's got some food on his jacket or something like that. he feels kind of like he's a mess.
Yes, and so mess just means if things are not quite in order or they're a little bit dirty. So a lot of times we use this actually as an adjective and say something is messy. And I think for a lot of kids, it tends to be your room that is very messy.
Yeah.
I know for me growing up, I could never keep my room totally clean, so there were usually clothes on the floor or toys on the floor, and so my room was a little bit messy. In this case, his uniform is a mess, so it could have some stains or some crumbs, or it could be wrinkly or dirty, something like that.
That's right. We can say something is a mess, or just look at that mess. Look at that big pile of unclean or untidy. Everything's
Like
kind
my
of
room.
all put together, and yeah, you need to clean it or put things away. So if you don't look like a mess, your hair is combed, your clothes are looking nice, you're all ready. Overdue. Here's another good word we use when talking about a library book. If something is overdue, it is late. It is after the time when it should have been finished. With library books, if you take a book out of the library, they usually give you a week or two to read the book, and then you should bring it back. If you bring it back before that date, you're fine. If you bring it back after that date, late in other words, that book is overdue. Not a big problem, you might have to pay some money. If your homework is overdue, that could be a big problem. The teacher said, finish this by Monday, and you go to school on Monday and you haven't finished it, your homework is overdue. It's late, so that could be trouble.
Yeah, that could be a lower score. Or maybe some teachers don't even take late papers and they say, oh, nope, you can't even turn it in and you get a 0. That would be terrible. But sometimes you actually did it, you might have just left it in your lockers. Yeah, so we had this word locker, which is a place usually in a school where you can kind of keep your backpack or your homework or your books or things like that. And so they tend to come in 2 rows like this if you've got like the full lockers, and you can do your little combo and unlock them, open it up, store all of your stuff, close it, lock it again, and everything is safe. You just have to remember your locker number and your locker combination. Otherwise, it might not be so safe.
That's right. They might have these also at a gym where you put your clothes while you're exercising, or sometimes at airports or even in MRT stations.
Too, yeah.
They'll have lockers often for people carrying heavy bags. If you want to go shopping, you put it in this thing, you lock it, you pay some money, and it will be safe.
I actually also just saw them when I went to the zoo the other day.
Really?
They have them at Taipei Zoo.
Oh,
yeah, so I guess if you were carrying a whole bunch of stuff and you don't want to carry it all while you're walking around, you can put it in the locker.
That's a safe place to keep it.
Yes, and so now let's continue on with our dialogue, and we have Paula who says, those are nothing. Just fix your tie and tuck in your shirt.
Okay.
Now, let's go return those books.
All right, so there you go. You won't be a mess if you fix your tie and tuck in your shirt. Now you will look neat and tidy. And yeah, if you get the books and take them back to the library, it shouldn't be a big problem. Yes, ma'am, says Clint, as if she's the captain giving him orders or something like that. Okay, I will do what you suggest. And then, of course, we can imagine the first thing he'd probably do would be to fix his tie.
Yes, and so fix, a lot of times we use this word for when something is actually broken. So, for example, if you broke a chair, then you might need to fix it by, adding a new screw or gluing it back together or something like that.
Make it work again.
Yes, but in this case, his tie was just messy. So this type of fix, they mean to make it straight, to make it look nice, to put it back in its right position. So that's how they're using fix in this sentence. His tie is not broken, it's just messy.
That's right. And he'll also fix his shirt by tucking it in. Now, when you tuck something in, you basically put it underneath another thing. The best way to think about this is to try to picture like a business person. Often they'll wear pants and a nice jacket and a tie. And that shirt, now the shirt doesn't hang down below their belt. They put that shirt under the belt, sort of inside their pants. They're tucking in their shirt. You might also tuck in parts of your bed. If you make your bed like in a hotel, they will put the blanket underneath another part of the bed. They will tuck it in. So basically, we're pushing something under another thing to make it look nice or to hold it in a nice, safe, secure kind of way. So if you tuck something in, you're putting it away so it looks neat and is nice and safe. And we're nice and safe because it's the end of our dialogue.
Yes.
And hopefully Clint is not such a mess. He gets that library book back on time, and it's the beginning of another eventful, exciting day at school, which we'll be joining them for tomorrow for part 2. So come on back for that.
Yeah.
Until then, school's out. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Paula runs into Clint at the school gate.
Hey, when did you start taking the school bus?
Today's my first day. My parents think I'm old enough now to get to school on my own.
Congratulations! That means they believe you're a responsible person and can trust you.
I guess so, but I don't feel very responsible.
Why do you say that?
My uniform is a mess, and I have several overdue books from the library in my locker.
Those are nothing. Just fix your tie and tuck in your shirt. Now, let's go return those books.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, hey, it's me, Winnie. 大家最近好吗？我又来跟大家分享新的单字文法了。Congratulation 这个很常用到的祝贺、恭喜别人的字，应该很常听到哦。所以 congratulation 的名词就是恭喜、祝贺，惯用复数。那例句是 Congratulations, I heard you are moving to a new house. 恭喜哦，我听说你要搬进新家了。有一个比较口语的说法是 Congrats。接下来这个字是 responsible， 形容词，有责任感的。A responsible person usually gets stuff done on time. 有责任感的人呢，通常会按时完成事情。第三个字是 trust， 动词，信任或是信赖。Before you trust someone, take time to get to know them. 在信任一个人之前呢，先花一点时间了解他们。最后这个字是 fix， 动词是整理衣服啊、头发等等仪容。当你要准备出门的时候，你可以说 Let me go fix myself in the bathroom real quick. 我快速的去浴室梳理一下我自己。接下来看一下今天的用语，是 A runs into B，A 巧遇 B， 意思是呢偶然遇到或者是无意间碰到。Jay ran into an old friend on the street. Jay 呢在街上巧遇了老朋友。接下来呢是 I guess so， 我想是吧，应该吧。那 guess 呢是动词，猜测或者猜想，基本上呢就是别人跟你确认一件事情，你也想确认，但是不是100%确定的时候可以用的。比方你朋友问你说 Do you know how to get to the place？ 你知道怎么去那个地方吗？你可以回答说 I guess so. We can just use Google Maps though. 应该吧，不过我们也可以用 Google Map 地图就好。再来呢，看看这个很常见的用法是 go 加动词，就是去做某件事。那原文呢是 go and 加动词，口语常常会省略 and。I want to go buy some groceries at the market. 我想要去市场买一些食品杂货。Alright, I'm gonna go and read my book. So see you next time.
Hello, I'm Matt.
And I'm Jamie.
Today we're going to play Guess the Bear. We each have 3 cards with words and sentences on them where the vocabulary words are replaced with the word bear. And we'll each have 1 minute to guess each other's words or phrases. So you want to go first?
Sure.
I'll read mine. Okay, we have 1 minute on the clock. All right, let's go. Okay, first one is a noun. Bear on your new job. You're getting married? Bear.
Congratulations.
Yes. Okay. Next one is a verb. I wouldn't bear that ridiculous rumor. We all need a friend that we can bear.
Believe? Trust?
Yes, trust. Okay, next one is a verb. I spent the morning bearing my car. They couldn't bear the old computer.
Repair?
Similar.
Fix?
Yes,
Okay.
it is fixed.
Yeah, it's like,
Yes.
is there?
Yes.
How many other adjectives? Okay, good.
Right, yeah, so almost the same. You still had time, so
Okay, good.
you got all 3. All right.
All right, you
My
ready?
turn. Yeah, I think I'm ready. So
And go. Okay.
One word, adjective. John is a hardworking and bare employee. Is she bare enough to care for a dog?
Responsible?
All right, next. One word, adjective. My library book is a month bare, and my sister's baby was 2 weeks bare.
Oh, it must be overdue.
And phrase, 2 words. She bared bare her high school classmate at the park, and I was at the market and bared bare my aunt.
Ran into? Bumped into?
Yeah, no, it's rough. Run into.
Okay.
Run into. Good. Yeah. I was like, wait, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Good, because it's like A runs into B, so yeah. So,
Right, okay,
Yeah.
That was
So it is, yeah, that's good.
past tense.
Yeah. So yeah, she ran into her high school classmates at the park. Yeah.
All right.
See you next time.